Okay, so welcome to today's review of the True Potential portfolios. My name is Chris Leyland and I'm an investment director here at True Potential. So the format for today is I'm going to spend the next few minutes talking about our flagship investment product, that is the True Potential portfolio range. So first, let's start by discussing the performance of the portfolios. We'll then look at what are the key themes that we're seeing from our fund manager partners, and finally discuss what changes have been made over the month, particularly in respect of a new addition to our fund lineup, that is a True Potential fund in partnership with HSBC and Bank of Montreal. Okay, so starting off with performance, the month of May has been actually a very strong one, with all portfolios showing positive returns, and that's building on the excellent numbers that we saw in April. Over the period, investors have been rewarded for taking risk, with the higher risk portfolios with their larger weightings towards equities outperforming the lower risk models. If we look over the longer term, the track record is excellent, with investors seeing returns of over 40% since launch for the more aggressive portfolios. So looking at markets themselves, equity markets have been the main drivers of return over the month, with the UK leading the way in local currency terms, benefiting from a devaluation in sterling for those large global earners such as HSBC, Shell. Within bond markets, the low risk areas of the market produced the best returns, with UK gilts benefiting from UK interest rates being kept at 0.5%. Currency has been a key feature within investment return, as sterling devalued around just over 3% against the US dollar. This has been a real benefit for investors, with their non-UK holdings now more valuable. Okay, so let's move on to the performance of the underlying funds that make up the portfolios, and the True Potential Close Brothers fund range has shown some excellent returns, with their stock picking ability and their growth style really shining through. The True Potential SCI fund range was also strong, with their style diversification and value bias working well over the month. The portfolio's overweight position to both Close Brothers and SCI has been rewarded for May. Moving on to markets themselves and looking at the key themes that we see after speaking to our investment partners, the general view is one of a constructive growth picture, with market participants adjusting their expectations to a higher interest rate environment. Opinions differ as to whether the Bank of England will raise rates in August or later in the year, but a rate rise is now clearly on the cards. The US is still seen as leading the way globally, and recent earnings figures have been incredible, buoyed by Donald Trump's tax cuts. The question for investors now, though, is how sustainable is this? Okay, so let's move on. And as you know, True Potential never sits still, and we always look to innovate. We're incredibly proud to announce the launch of our new True Potential Growth Aligned fund range, a new fund range managed by the team behind the True Potential portfolios in partnership with HSBC and Bank of Montreal. The fund is low cost, accessing both active and passive investment styles, with a groundbreaking fee construction aligning clients' interests with True Potential. Over the month, we've added the new fund range into the baseline portfolios of defensive, cautious, balanced, growth, and aggressive. More will be added to the new fund range at the end of June, and this will mean approximately a drop in the fees on the True Potential baseline portfolios of around 4 basis points, offering you a better value product with even more style diversification. Okay, so that is everything from me. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you next time. Thank you.